baby, no baby, no baby, no baby.
No? Then what is it? Are you real or not? Because if you're real, and God is real, and the Gospels are real, then now would be a perfect time to tell me. Because I looked for angels once. I did. In every shadow of my childhood. But I never found me. I thought I'd find you hiding inside the notes I sang to myself as a kid. The songs put me to sleep and kept me from killing myself with fear. But I didn't see you love me.
Come on! Somebody up there has to tell me why I live the way I do. What's going on here anyway? Why is there a war on children in this city? Why are apples extinct? Why are they planning to drop human insecticides on overpopulated areas of the Bronx? Why has the color blue disappeared from the sky? Why does common rainwater turn my skin bright red? Why do cows give salty milk? Why did the plague really half my throat? And what happened to the moon? Where did the moon go? How come nobody's seen it in nearly 9 months?
I kick-started your heart, Marisol. I wired your nervous system. I pushed your fetal blood in the right direction and turned the foam in your infant lungs into oxygen. When you were 6 and your parents were fighting, I helped you pretend that you were underwater, a cold-blooded fish at the bottom of the Black Ocean, far away and safe. When racists ran you out of school at 10, screaming, "Kill the spick," I turned the little monsters into columns of salt. At last count, 1 plane crash, 1 collapsed elevator, 1 massacre at the hands of a right-wing fanatic with an Uzi, and 66,603 separate sexual assaults never happened because of me.
Wow, now I don't have to be so paranoid.
Now the bad news.
What?
I can't expect you to understand the political ins and outs of what's going on. But you have eyes. You ask me questions about children and water and war and the moon. The same questions I've been asking myself for over 1,000 years.
What's that noise?
The universal body is sick, Marisol. Constellations are wasting away. The noxious stars are full of blisters and sores. The infected earth is running a temperature, and everywhere the universal mind is racked with amnesia, boredom, and neurotic obsessions.
Why?
Because God is old and dying and taking the rest of us with him. And for too long, much too long, I have been looking the other way, trying to stop the massive hemorrhage with my little hands, with my prayers. But it didn't work. And I knew that if I didn't do something soon, it would be too late. I called a meeting. I urged the heavenly hierarchies, seraphim, cherubim, thrones, dominions, principalities, powers, virtues, archangels, and angels, to vote to stop the universal ruin by slaughtering our senile God. And they did. Listen well, Marisol. Angels are going to kill the King of Heaven and restore the vitality of the universe with his blood. And I am going to lead them.
What have we done now?
There's going to be a war, a revolution of angels.
God is great. God is good. You're fucking here.
We are going to send out spies, draft able-bodied celestial beings, raise taxes.
Thank you for the blessing of things. Thank you, God, for everything.
Soon we are going to take off our wings of peace, Marisol, and put on our wings of war. Then we will spread blood and vigor across the sky and reawaken the dwindling stars. It could be suicide. A massacre. Those that are armed, that are organized, and well accomplished. But we have to win. And when we do win, when we crown the new God and begin the new millennium, the earth will be restored. The moon will return. The degradation of the animal kingdom will end. Men and women will be elevated to a higher order. All children will speak Latin. And creation will finally be perfect.
also means I have to leave you. I can't stay. I can't protect you any longer.
You're going to leave me?
I don't want to. I love you. I thought you had to know, but now I have to go and fight. And that's what you have to do, Marisol. You have to fight. You can't endure anymore. You can't trust in luck or prayer or mercy or other people. When I drop my wings, all hell is going to break loose, and you're not going to recognize the world. So get yourself some power, Marisol. Whatever you do.
What am I going to do without you?
I don't know.
I'm going to be meat. I'm going to be food.
Unless you want to join us.
No!
Sources indicate that the president's psychics believe they know where the moon has gone to. They claim to have seen the moon hovering over the orbit of Saturn, looking lost. Government officials plan to spend billions on a space tug that would haul the moon back to Earth. This tug would attach a long chain to the moon so that it never strays from its beloved Earth again. One insider has been quoted as saying that the White House hopes to raise revenues for Operation Moon Rescue by taxing lunatics. With other allegations that cows are getting salty milk because of contaminated grass, government scientists are developing a new strain of cow that lives by eating only astroturf.
Thank God I couldn't sleep all night because of you.
What's the matter?
You died. You died. It was all over the news last night. You're on the front page of the Times. 26-year-old Marisol at 180th Street in the Bronx was bludgeoned to death last night on the IRT number 2. The attack occurred around 11 p.m. and I couldn't sleep. I tried to call you, but do you know how many Marisol Presses there are in the Bronx phone book? Only about 7 pages. I couldn't sleep.
How did you kill her?
The barbarian beat you with a golf club. Can you believe that? Like a caveman kills his dinner, the freak. I'm still upset.
It wasn't me, Jim.
Could have been you, living alone in that marginal neighborhood, all the chances you take, but does that scare you? Like, isn't it past time to leave the rocks behind?
But it wasn't me, June. I didn't die last night.
Told you that in the field thing with this one. That's close-ups of Marisol Press's public face all over the TV, and I mean, what's the point? There's prevailing sickness out there. You know, like, I'm telling you, Visigoths are climbing the city walls. There's decay in this city, and I've never felt more like raw food in my life. Am I upsetting you with this? Yes, good. Oh, the fear of God in you. Don't let them catch you not ready, okay? You have to be ready to really fight now. Why did you say that? up. Something happened to you last night? You look like shit. You, Miss Puerto Rican Yankee Princess, Universe, you never look like shit.
It's nothing. Let's get to work. I don't get this manuscript off my desk.
Something happened to you last night.
Nothing. It's just my body. It's in my clothes all wrong today. Everyone on the subway gave me the shivers this morning. They all look so hungry. Hearing babies crying, smelling burnt flesh. And now someone with my exact name is